Well, Frank Frangie, I am so excited that you are back. How was London?
London was fantastic. It was long,
yeah,
but it was a good long. We had a great time.
Good. Well, Justin and I were trying to hold down the fort while you're here, but not as good as you, of course. Well, let's talk about Georgia, the #1 team in the AP Top 25 poll. They're going into their bye week. Kirby Smart said this past weekend, "I've never had a bye week that came at the wrong time." Maybe he's talking a little bit about their tight end, Brock Bowers, who went out of the game this past Saturday. He will undergo ankle surgery and is out for probably the remainder of the regular season.
Yeah, that's a real shame. I think he's the best player in America. He's not going to win the Heisman Trophy because they don't let a tight end win it, but he is a fantastic player. I got to meet him at the SEC Media Days. He's an understated, really nice kid and a fantastic player, and is going to be a great pro. But Georgia's got to move on without him now, and that's a problem. Georgia's very good. They're more athletic than just about anybody they play. The toughest game, they play Florida in a week, and we'll certainly talk a great deal about that one, Alessandra. The toughest game they're going to have is when they go to Knoxville later on in the year. It'd be great if they had Bowers back for that. But look, that's a physical football team. Carson Beck's played at a great level. They'll overcome it. But it's good that Georgia has this week off to kind of catch their breath after losing their best player. They've got a week off, and then, of course, Florida right around the corner.
Yeah, so Florida, they are going to their bye week like next week, like you said. They're coming to Jacksonville, going to be playing the Florida-Georgia rivalry in Everbank Stadium. Florida, Graham Mertz, career best, 423 pass yards, 3 touchdowns. He's saying, my favorite quote, he's having the most fun he's ever had in his life right now with the Florida Gators.
The reason that is such a big story, Alessandra, how well Graham Mertz is playing, is because everybody thought he wasn't going to be any good. Look, Billy Napier wasn't going to go get a guy that's not a good player. He has been fantastic. 12 touchdowns, 2 picks, 76% completion percentage. He's been one of the better quarterbacks in the country. No one's talked about that. And boy, did they need that win against South Carolina. Florida had lost that game. People would be doubting them. Now they're 5-2. They're 3-1 in the league. That's respectable. They're not there yet. This is part of the rebuild. They're in the middle of the rebuild, but they really needed that game. Now they get the off week. They can kind of catch their breath and get ready for Georgia in a week. They're not going to beat Georgia. Georgia's really good. But to be 5-2 now and to have Graham Mertz playing at this level, what a dramatic win in Columbia and a big win for the Florida Gators.
And Florida got their first road victory of the season. They're undefeated in the Swamp, but they needed that SEC road win, and they got that. Let's talk about Florida State, #4 in the AP Top 25. They're hosting #16 Duke this Saturday in prime time. Keon Coleman, he's been such a star, but he's been filling in for Johnny Wilson, who should be back for Saturday against Duke.
Boy, is Keon Coleman a good player.
That one-handed grab.
I didn't watch a lot of Michigan State football, admittedly. Of all the portal guys, he may be the best one. I remember Jordan Travis is a portal guy, too. But boy, is Keon Coleman playing at a good level. That's going to be a fun game this week. Duke can't beat Florida State because I don't think, even if Riley Leonard returns, I don't think they can generate enough offense to beat Florida State. But they're legit defensively now. Duke can play defense. This will be a great test for Florida State. Realistically, Florida State's toughest game down the stretch will probably be Florida because it's in the Swamp where the Gators are so good. But for the here and now, this might be their toughest challenge in the ACC because Miami's off a little bit. We figured that part out. They've already beaten Clemson. They don't play North Carolina. Their toughest challenge in the ACC might be this game against Duke. Duke's tough. Duke's physical. Mike Elko's done a great job with that football program. I look for a low-scoring game, but Florida State will beat Duke. Duke doesn't have enough to beat the Seminoles.
And Florida State starting the season 6-0 for their first time in 8 years. So only good things coming for the Seminoles, it looks like. And also, by the way, Edward Waters coming off a huge win against Tuskegee in Alabama. So they're on a winning record right now. And then in Everbank Stadium this Saturday, Bethune-Cookman and Southern University. A lot of college football going on around Jacksonville, which I'm loving.
I love it as well. I love it when we have games here in the town. I love it when there's games in town.
Well, Frank, thank you so much again. And that's your look at sports.